The United States has substantially scaled back its ambitions in Syria. Earlier this year, America canceled its covert support for rebels fighting the regime of Bashar al-Assad. While Washington is now only vaguely committed to a United Nations-sponsored process to resolve the conflict, United States policy in Syria can now mostly be reduced to two lines of effort: the coalition military campaign against the self-proclaimed Islamic State, and, over the past several months, a diplomatic push for a de-escalation agreement covering Syria's southwestern corner. The former effort is going swimmingly. The Islamic State's de facto Syrian capital of Raqqa has fallen. The U.S.-led coalition has killed jihadists in the multiple thousands. But the de-escalation agreement, one of America's last good projects in Syria, is quietly endangered. The sudden escalation is one United States effort in Syria that has so far taken root and bloomed, even as the rest of the country's war has been, for Washington, a policy desert. The local and geopolitical factors governing Syria's southwest have permitted a ceasefire that has saved lives and, with work and luck, could become something more. But all that could collapse if, as scheduled, America's covert support for southern rebels halts abruptly in December, and if Washington and its allies don't start laying the groundwork for a political resolution in the south. The de-escalation, a sort of more involved ceasefire, is the product of months of trilateral talks among the United States, Russia, and Jordan in Jordan's capital Amman. The agreement has been embraced by the U.S. government at the highest level. After the Hamburg G20 summit in July, President Trump himself held it up as an example of successful U.S.-Russian cooperation, but based on interviews in Amman with officials, rebels, humanitarians, journalists, and others, the agreement may be somewhat less than meets the eye, a set of tactical steps that don't obviously translate into a way forward politically for Syria's south, and the escalation also faces a more urgent threat, as the separate U.S. government decision to halt the covert detainees, he said, pointing to one corner of the ashtray before pointing to another corner, so they can concentrate on this other side. The past year has seen various political administrative initiatives to unify the South, 28, but none seem to have gained much traction. Rebel backers need to just choose one leadership project and invest it with momentum and material support, whether it's some new project of regional integration or a move to genuinely empower to draw a provincial council in Noab. The council held elections in March 2017, 29, and under new President Ali Al-Qadi, it may be more palatable to the Jordanians. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that the South is positioned to rejoin the Syrian state as a bloc, not as dozens of little, individually digestible pieces. America has washed its hands of most of Syria, but the southwest is at least one part of the country where America has some defined strategic interests, and, with this de-escalation agreement, a half-plausible way of guaranteeing them. This de-escalation means a proactive effort by the United States and its allies. If it's going to be saved, that effort seems worth it.